now.
Yes.
Amazing. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone, and hi, Facebook too, because you're on Facebook Direct. So, when I see you, Bori, and your invitation, there is some energy, very light, very, how to say, enlightening, very happy, joyful, and by knowing you a little now, this is something really special about you that you can invite and truly facilitating people to access this lightness, to have more of this light energy, joy energy. So you recently became a Being You facilitator. You are an Access certified facilitator, and you just became a Being You facilitator, which I'm so happy you did. Would you talk about more being and being more?
Wow, it's amazing. And thank you so much, Penelope. And you are an inspiration for me because I was really hesitating when I was choosing becoming a Being You facilitator because it was COVID and I couldn't go to the class live and so on. So we had a lot of excuses in general in our life. We have always excuses why not to choose something which is really creating your life. And Penelope, you just told me that, Bori, but you are already a Being You facilitator, so it's not a question. And I was like, truth, I am. Am I a Being You facilitator? And yeah, it was so light and so lightened me up and amped up the energy. So it was amazing to just perceive the future and what it can create. So there was no question anymore to choose. So I'm so grateful for you. And first of all, it's really thanks to you. I have so much gratitude for you. That I am here now and I can announce that, yeah, I am starting to create Being You classes. And it's true that I am for years now just creating my life with the tools of access consciousness, which is magical, miraculous. And using the tools, it really opens up so much space and so much possibilities that before, I couldn't ever imagine that these things are possible. And what you were talking about, Penelope, with the lightness, I just arrived home, I don't know, 10 minutes before from Balaton Lake. I live in Hungary, and we are at Balaton. Balaton is the biggest lake of Europe because here you are listening us from all over the world. So just for you to know. And it was so funny. We rented a boat, and with the children, we were jumping in the water and doing fun. And I just arrived. I was drying my hair, and here I am. So what if life is ease? Life is really this lightness of joy, what you can also choose. And I was not always like that. So I had a lot of struggling. I had a lot of trauma drama. I have 3 kids. I divorced 5 years ago. And that was the time when I just know access. And I started to use the tools. The first 3 questions was, what else is possible now? What is great in this, what I cannot perceive now? And how does it get any better than that? And wow, using these 3 questions, it totally changed my life. And
yes, so I would like to just mention that is, and something that sometimes people avoid to say is that the tools, you can know them, and the tools, they are useful when you use them. So if you want to drill something, you have to use some some tool to drill into the wall, but if you don't have something to drill, or you just take a hammer, it will never create what you want to create. So when you're asking these questions, which are truly tools to go beyond and to truly change what have never changed before, that can happen. And what did truly happen, and what led you, or how to say, realize that you are a being you facilitator in a way? What do you facilitate in being you?
So being you, it means really being you. So who you are when you are not living to the expectations of others, who you are when you are not in effect of money, of situations, of relationships, of problems, of work, of colleagues, of family, or whatever. So who you are when you are choosing you. And I know that it's quite difficult to choose you, because we even don't know who we are, because so 99% of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions are not ours. We are just took them from others, from the family, from when we were really young, or from the school, or from society. And then we just going, doing, learning to go to work, and then create the family, and then having our everyday life. And we are doing this autopilot mode in our life, and we just don't know who we are, what you truly desire to create in your life. And that's where excuses are coming. Oh, I cannot travel because I have 3 children. Oh, I cannot do the class because I have no money. Oh, I cannot go somewhere because of blah, 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 blah. I cannot be the best photographist because blah, 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 blah. So we have always excuses not to create a life, because my mother told me that I have to be a lawyer, because my father, when I was 5, he was doing that and that. So what creates your life? When you truly ask the question, what delights you? What amps up your energy? What is that gives you the joy of living? Because we are here on planet Earth to enjoy. And what if the biggest contribution, if you are just being the joy you truly are? And being the joy is possible when you are choosing you. You are not creating your life to make others happy. It's really important. But what if you are the first? And if you are happy, that delights people. So what inspiration you can be, and what contagious virus of joy you can spread out to the world when you are being you, when you are you.
What did you just say? What delightful virus can you be when you be joyful you? That's what you said?
Something like that, yeah.
That sounds like an antidote. Like right here we have some kind of another virus. I'm like, oh my God, I want this one. Like, does this one can beat the other?
And everything is the opposite of what it seems to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it seems to be. So what if this situation can be an advantage instead of a disadvantage or problem or lockdown or whatever? So with the tools of access, we are just watching things from a different point of view. It's like a kaleidoscope. When you just turn a bit, you have a totally different view of your life. So what if all the trauma and drama was the catalyst to the change, to get to your present? And what future do you truly desire to create? What if this is the moment when you are creating the future? So what you truly desire? What are the things that is really creating your life? And how can you be a contribution with this energy, with this happiness, this joy, this ease, and everything that doesn't allow you? Can you now just delete, destroy, and create? And what would it take to just start your life now with a totally blank page? So if you would like to play with me tonight, you can just write down to a blank paper. If you know not this, if you know not your situation, if you know not who you thought or what are the definitions of you, then what would you like to create and do now? And perhaps it's totally different than your life today.
Yeah, that's fabulous. That's something I do appreciate with you facilitating or you inviting us to something different. You regularly have practical things, practical tools, practical exercise, like truly coming from a blank page and including everything. Yes, the tool of access. Yes, the clearing statement that allows us to truly get rid of the energetical brick walls that we could come through. But you have also things that, yes, destroy and create all the walls or what we created that doesn't work, and practical tools to actually create what we would like to create, or come to some places where we can acknowledge that we truly have a voice, we truly have a place or a space where we can be and where we can breathe and where we can smile. And this is actually, you do it in a way that I have not yet seen in other place. Yeah, I've learned about homework or home play already, but it's like, hey, just do it now. Like, you create some space and you have this allowance for what can come, and truly this vulnerability too that allows us to say, hey, yes, this is a blank page. What would I like to feel this with? And if I don't know what I would like to feel this with, what do I don't want anymore? Okay, that I'm not choosing, that I'm not choosing. So then I have a question about, so you are having a one day being in class and one intro, is this right? Yeah, and so is this one day class have a manual too, or is this only for the 2.5 days?
So yeah, this will be my first Being You class, and I'm so super excited where we can go with. I've chosen Nice, and we will see if COVID situation will let us to go there live. If not, the class will be online. So we can adapt to every situation, and no matter. So every time when we just take off the significance of things, and we are just creating our life not as being an effect of or being the victim of the situation, but be the pioneer to create something else, and just choose different. And what if that choice can create even more than we could ever imagine. So the intro has no manual. We will go with the energy. You will create the class, and you will just, with your questions and with your situation, we can start to facilitate of, so using the tools, we can just open a niche to a new possibility, just a small 2 centimeters where you can see the light of possibilities. So what if opening a door, it will open up you a new space, a totally new energy. And what if opening one door will open 100 other doors? And you just start to see that you have options and you have possibilities to choose something else. So which part of your life you have some stocking points, or you have some limitations what you would like to change, but you are just creating and recreating the same stories, and you would like to change it, but anyway, it ends up always with the same result. So what would it take to just delete this and ask what else is possible? So we will just open the space, open the door of possibilities, and this will create a totally new reality, even if you now cannot see. But what if there is something else which is available? And in the one-day class, in this, it will be a general class. I didn't give a name for it or a title, but on the 20th, it will be the 16th of August, and it will be online and translated. I'm so super grateful because it will be translated to several languages: English, French, Arabic, Spanish, German, Hungarian, Slovenian. So
Slovenian.
it's really amazing, and I am amazed how magical co-creators I have now to create together to reach out even more people that I would be that I could if the class would be live, because you don't have to come, you can be online. And the class of the 22nd, it will be also translated to different languages. And this is about business and change. So I guess that this is really a topic which is now actual for everyone, because business, even if you are working somewhere, or you have just become redundant, or you just lost your work, what if this is the opening of a new possibility? So every time when we are desperate of our situation, what if we can see it as a catalyst to something else?
Yes, I get that. Like starting from the you starting point, and not the situation starting point. It's like, for me, what do I create for me? And it's not for me, it's like from the space of you being, from being, and that's what you, hearing you always saying you, I can hear not directly somebody or some person, it's like the space that you call you, which is not a person, but a being, can achieve so much when it allows to play with what comes, and also explore and question and create. So wow, I'm pretty much excited now.
So what if this is really the space when there is communion? There is not me or you, but it's we. We can create and we can change the world. I just got this from my little girl. Perhaps I put here.
Yeah, Captain.
I will put here because she wants me to put. So what if I don't use my children as excuse, and I let them play with me? I let them play with these tools, and what else we can create if we are changing? What if you changing and becoming greater, which doesn't mean that you are not great enough now. It's just you should start to acknowledge the potency and the greatness of you. What if we can just open up to receive who we truly are, to receive all the judgments of us, which is, if it's not a wrongness, but it is your superpower, what can you create with it? What can you create with those things what you thought that are wrongnesses in you, that you were hiding, you were not using it, you were just using some ghillie suits or some camouflage to hide you from others. So what would it take to open this up, to be that vulnerability, to be that that vulnerability, which when you show up and when you show you to the universe, it will really create magic. And what if you are not as miserable? What if you are not as problematic? And what if you are not so pathetic anymore? And I adore how translators are translating with lagrimas, with tears. And it's really, we are just empowering you to know who you are, what are your values, and how to use your values to start live what you truly desire.
Wow. Where to register, when to find you, where where can people go and click? I want to be there.
Oh, I adore your question. So my homepage is just starting to functioning, but until that moment that we just launched my new homepage, is my page, Bori Komaromi. And there are all the events, upcoming events, and this will be, a lot will be online and translated to up to 10 languages or even more if there are need or there are people registering. So you have those forms where you can fill out the registration. My first Being You class will be on the 16th. I'm so super excited, and it will be in French, facilitated in French, because I speak French, Spanish, English, and Hungarian. So I will facilitate all over the world when it will be open in different languages, because I guess it's really, when I talk with people in their language, it's totally different, and perhaps they can open up more and explain more what they really would like to change. So you can find me at any country, and I'm really happy to travel, and I'm really happy to create online classes. So please register on Bori Komaromi, or just start to follow on Facebook.
So when you say Bori Komaromi, BoriKomaromi.com?
No, it's a page, and komaromibori.com. This is the web page, because in Hungarian we turn upside down.
So this is the page on Facebook where you have all your events and where you can follow links. Okay.
Yes.
So on Facebook you are Bori Komaromi, and we can maybe add a link under the video here so people can find the events.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you for like presenting all these energies. Maybe people have questions already. I'm just tracking on Facebook, just hellos. People are happy. Anybody would like to ask a question, or do you have anything left that have not been said? Maybe.
It's just, I was not always like that. I was not always as open-minded, and I didn't dare to speak out loud in front of people. And
I'm glad you changed.
I just knew that something else is possible, and behind or beyond every fear, there is a potential. So if you start to use this question as well, so what is the potential you are hiding, who you can be, who you could never imagine, because I could never imagine that I will talk in front of, I don't know, 100 or 1,000 people. But what if you can create whatever really creates a lot more for the planet? So what if you are just magical by being you?
Wow. Thank you so much, Bori.
Thank you so much being here with me. And yeah, let's create magic. Join us.
Yep.
Amazing. And thank you so much.
So I think I have no more question, or just thank you. Gracias. Y hola. Y shukran. And Andra, I don't know where she's from, but maybe she's Kasana.
Yeah. So have a wondrous, magical, miraculous day or afternoon or morning, depending on where you are in the world. And just play with us if you feel like it. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much, Bori.
Wow, I just stopped the recording. Amazing. So I'm so super grateful for all of
It's still on. It's still on. The recording is still on. Yeah.
Great. So then goodbye.
It's still on.
Still on and on, yeah, and on and on, and let's play more and more and more and more and more. Okay, so goodbye.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.